don't just like take our word for it. They are the ones that present the evidence, and no use repeating what it is that they've said because they've said it. So we're just pointing you in the direction. But yeah, like I think it's important as well to maybe highlight Gene Sharp, because he was basically he made a documentary called How to Start a Revolution, and I have it in my notes, which was like, what was the intellectual wiring of the NED? And his ideology is the guiding force for many color revolutions that we've seen throughout history. Do you want to say something to that, Maddie, or should I just continue with my notes?
Oh, no, go ahead.
Okay, so he worked for 30 years at the Center for International Affairs at Harvard University. And then co-founders of the Center for International Affairs were Henry Kissinger, which Henry Kissinger was director of the Rockefeller Foundation, which I was like, oh my gosh. Okay. And then you have, let's see, James Perkins as well. Let's see, and Samuel Huntington. And those are names that I want to mainly highlight the most when it comes to this, because the center is where Henry taught, but it's also where Klaus Schwab was studying and was mentored by Kissinger. And then obviously Klaus Schwab created the WEF. And during that time, that's when the Trilateral Commission was being created.
Yeah, if you guys want timelines, like everybody knows WF was 1971, but then Trilateral Commission was like 1973.
Yeah, I think I have it pulled up
Club of Rome,
here.
1968.
Yeah, the Trilateral Commission, founded in 1973 by private citizens from Western Europe, Japan, and North America, aimed to foster closer cooperation among these regions on common problems. And then it says, on the list of people that are a part of this, Samuel P. Huntington, who authored the chapter on the United States on the crisis of democracy. And then you have David Rockefeller, Zbigniew Brzezinski, and these guys are founders of the Trilateral Commission.
Yeah, the Trilateral Commission held a report, a crisis of democracy gathering in 1975, 2 years after its founding, where this Samuel P. Huntington individual helped host it. And the whole thing was on the necessity of foundations like Freedom House and NED and stuff like that to help democracies spread over in the future. Yeah, one of the quotes that I screenshotted actually from the Matthew video that we were watching, because I just thought it was very significant that Samuel P. Huntington, again, Trilateral Commission Project, Kyoto, Japan, Task Force on the Governability of Democracies. Governability of democracies. I'm just saying. Anyways, he said, one might consider means of securing support and resources from foundations, business corporations, labor unions, political parties, civic associations, and, where possible and appropriate, governmental agencies for the creation of an institute for the strengthening of democratic institutions. Right? So you're going to be grabbing all of these different resources to try and promote democracy. So again, that is the NED. And I actually have here my notes where if we take a look, it says the American Freedom Foundation spearheaded an act passed by Reagan called the National Endowment for Democracy Act, right? And then I think it was the American Freedom Foundation was also created around the exact same time that all of these different groups were being created as well, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. And it was Bill Casey, who's a trilateral, who created the American Freedom Foundation. So there you go. But they make their intentions very clear. Another thing that was from Limits to Growth, we kind of alluded to that. Henry Kissinger, who's a fellow Trilateral Commission guy, he, and everybody knows, he basically trained and brought up and taught in all the same places that Klaus Schwab happened to be.